accusations by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Armenia against our country in an intentional escalation of the situation, intending to distract attention from the military provocations of the Armenian side regularly committed against the units of our armed forces, and from the steps of concentrating military forces in various directions over the past few days, are unacceptable and have no basis. This was stated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Press Secretary Akan Hajizadeh regarding the statement that the construction of military fortifications by Armenia in the bordering areas with Azerbaijan is part of their military reforms, and that the policy of mass militarization by Armenia is their sovereign right. It should be clear to everyone why these steps taken by Armenia are illegitimate and pose a threat to our country. Accordingly, the ongoing claims against the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Azerbaijan in the Constitution of Armenia, as well as in a number of legislative acts, and the existence of revanchism attempts demonstrate the scale of threats from Armenia against our country. Moreover, taking into account that Armenia occupied the sovereign territories of Azerbaijan for 30 years when they had a military capability, the efforts to provide additional military power undoubtedly will create conditions for Armenia to become a new source of tension and a threat. Unlike Armenia, Azerbaijan has liberated its sovereign territories from occupation in accordance with international law with full military superiority, and did not pose a threat to Armenia's territories. Against the background of the mentioned challenges, the aggressive militarization of Armenia under various pretexts is a source of threat, and it is necessary to urge Armenia to refrain from this dangerous path. Expression of frivolous ideas, such as arms control and non-aggression pact by Armenia, that for 30 years has grossly violated its obligations within the framework of the international agreements and arms control mechanisms to which it was a party, and during the occupation of our territories, illegally deployed most of its military equipment and weapons systems on the territory of our country, and concealed them from the international arms control mechanisms, and that does not respect Azerbaijan's territorial integrity and sovereignty, contrary to the Alma-Ata Declaration, which it refers to many times today, is a political manipulation. In order to prove that Armenia is serious about the peace process, she has to refrain from contradictory statements and provocative steps, and respect the norms and principles of international law. Azerbaijan, for its part, will seriously prevent threats against it in the region, and will continue its peace and construction efforts, said in a statement.